32 NFL teams in camp. You see the Jaguars practicing earlier today. Trevor Lawrence, the quarterback there, getting ready to go. And Brian Thomas Jr., at LSU. What does he bring to that offense that already has so many great weapons, including Christian Kirk, who joins us now on the show. We're so glad to have you, Christian. And we saw you guys practicing out there earlier. I guess we'll just ask, how was the practice? Was it hot? How are you guys feeling about the season coming up?
Yeah, I think hot is a little bit of an understatement out here.
I know.
I've quickly begun to learn that Jacksonville is probably the most humid place in Florida. But it was great. It was great. Day 4 camp, just taking one step at a time. You know, as an offense, we're just, getting into the basics of installing, our system and really just going out there and competing. Defense has done a great job of just challenging us early. So it's just stacking days and being consistent in our approach and, really just putting it all together.
Christian, Dan Orlovsky here. Good to see you, man. Recently, Josh Allen, in an interview, named you in his active NFL player foursome. Who's the better golfer, you or Josh?
I definitely got to give it to Josh. Granted, he does play a lot more than me.
A lot.
He's a golf nut, but we got a good little foursome that likes to play a lot. So it's our off-season thing that we like to do. It's just fun to get with those guys and get out there and compete it. But my game's coming along. I had some good wins and some matches we had this off season, so I was glad to leave my golf game off in a good spot.
He called you the ringer. About Brian Thomas Jr. and Gabe Davis. What have you seen from those two that are they going to bring to your offense?
Yeah, Gabe, being in the league for a while, he's just a great physical presence, not only with what he can do intermediately, but down the field, bigger guy, and he just brings that veteran presence. He's a competitor. He's got a great motor. And he just pushes us every single day. So just to have a guy like that in our room, especially for the younger guys like, Brian, that are new, and even Parker Washington, just to be able to learn from a guy like Gabe as well helps. And then, Brian, he looks every bit of a first rounder. Just his athletic ability. He's fast, and for how tall he is, the way he's able to sink at the top of his routes, he's twitchy and very elusive. So he's a rookie receiver though. He's learning. He's just figuring out the nuances, but I have a great feeling that he's going to develop into a really good player.
Christian, on the opposite side of the football, you have a new defensive coordinator, Ryan Nielsen. I'm curious to know what your impressions are of the new-look Jaguars defense so far.
Yeah, Coach Nielsen is all ball, and you can kind of already see that defense has taken that mentality. They've definitely been giving us some issues the first 4 days of camp so far, and kind of mentioned earlier, it's been really good to go out there and compete against them because they bring energy, they bring juice, they're always around the ball, and, you can tell those guys have a lot of fun playing for him, and, he's really instilled a great mentality. So it'll be a lot of fun to watch them go to work and, have a good feeling that we're gonna get a lot of turnovers on that side of the ball.
Christian, hey, Lewis Riddick here, man. It's good to see you. Look, 3 of us here at this set have been over to London a couple of times to see you guys play. And we've gotten to talk to Doug Peterson numerous times about the development of this football team and this football operation. And I've referred to this team as the all get off the bus team. You guys look the part when we see you come out on the practice field of a championship team. But what is it going to take for people to stop talking about Jacksonville as a potential team, to actually realizing that potential and making some real waves in the AFC? What's the message? Is Doug telling you something different this year? Are you telling guys something different? How do you get moving over that hump?
Yeah, I think one of the things you kind of hit on the head was actually believing that we're a championship team. I feel like we're close, and we definitely talk about it a lot, but it takes not just a group of guys, it takes everybody to believe that we can be a championship team. And I think, last year, once we hit a little bit of adversity, some of that belief and that confidence, took a hurt a little bit. And so for us, it's just every single day believing that we're a championship team and working towards that. We talk a lot about having a vision. What does our vision want to be for this football team and this organization? And, everybody talks about a championship, but what are you going to do along the way to get there? And how are you going to hold guys accountable? So I think big thing, for us this year, especially as leaders and from my standpoint, is holding guys to a championship standard and doing it day in and day out, because it's easy when, you're winning, a couple games in a row, you're sitting top of the AFC, you're 8-3, everything's nice, but when you get punched in the mouth, it gets real fast. So it's just, holding each other accountable, and that's the mentality.
That's cool.
That's well said. Christian, Trevor Lawrence has dealt with his fair share of adversity there in Jacksonville already, but how do you think even some of the failure last season has shaped him going into this year?
I think it just leaves, some stuff out there that I know that he wants. Anytime, especially with an off season like he's had, being able to get, his large contract and be the franchise. People always talk about, are they going to lose their chip on their shoulder, the drive? They have to search for something for motivation. But I've never really gotten that, from Trevor, of having to search for something to motivate him. He really always kind of has a chip on his shoulder and wants to prove to people, and not only, people on the outside, but especially on the inside, that he is the player and quarterback that, we all know that he is, that he can play to. So he just takes every day of just getting better, and I love his mentality, especially when talking to him. He's worked his butt off this offseason to just take that next step this year.
Thanks so much, Christian Kirk, for joining us here on NFL Live Back Together Weekend. And thanks for getting some golf in the show from Dan.
Yeah,
He made his whole day.
Go get around him. Go get around him.
Anytime, Dan. You can just call me. We can talk about
Done.
it.
Oh, no, don't do this. He's going to be blowing you up. Thanks to Christian Kirk. We got more coming your way right here on ESPN. Up next, we go to the Packers camp. Adam Schefter just tweeted Jordan Love now officially has signed that $220 million deal. We'll be right back with more.